Week 7 of the NFL season begins tonight with an NFC East matchup in Philly, and this is a brand new Kickoff with Kelly. Good afternoon and welcome into Kickoff with Kelly. I'm Kelly Warner and I'm here to get you ready for another week of NFL action. But first, let's take a look back at last week with another edition of Love It or Leave It. Some fan bases were loving the surprising outcomes that came out of this week in the NFL. The Battle of the Bays didn't really look like one, with the Buccaneers waxing the Packers 38-10. Aaron Rodgers, who hadn't been intercepted all season entering the game, threw 2 in a span of 3 passes, including the third pick six of his whole career. While Tom Brady was winning his game, the same can't be said for his former team, the Patriots, who were upset by the Broncos, in a game where Julian Edelman, former college QB, was a more effective passer than Cam Newton with 2 pass attempts for 38 yards. The Bears beat the favored Panthers to stay a one-loss team, and with the Packers' loss, they sit at the top of the North. The Jets left this week winless once again, cementing them as the current worst team in the league. With the Giants getting their first win this week, the Jets are the only 0-6 team and the front runners for the #1 pick. It would be comforting to say it's because they're tanking for Trevor, but I think we all know they're just bad. They're also the first team to be shut out all season. Next, they have the Bills, followed by the Chiefs, then Patriots, so things are not looking bright for the Jets. The Eagles were expected to lose their game last Sunday against the Ravens, but they ended up pulling together to almost tie it. The game against the one-win Giants was supposed to be the light at the end of the tunnel for the Eagles, but now the injury bug has struck them again. Philadelphia already has an injury list a foot long, and now Zach Ertz and Miles Sanders have been added to it. Even after all Wentz did on Sunday to rally the team, the football gods are just not giving him any help. Despite the extra injuries, the Eagles are favored by 3.5, and that's a small enough margin that I feel okay picking them, so Eagles by 4. Moving on to this week, let's take a look at Sunday with this week's can't-miss matchups. Coronavirus may have tried to trip up the Titans, but they have bounced back with flying colors, emerging from their messed-up schedule as one of the best teams in the league. They have scored over 30 points in each of their games this season, besides the first one, and their 601 yards of offense and their overtime defeat of the Texans were the most in franchise history. The Steelers are one of the only 2 other undefeated teams in the league, 5-0 for only the second time in franchise history. This game is definitely the biggest of the week. The Steelers are 1.5-point favorites. The Titans may have one of the best offenses right now, but I think the Steelers' incredible defense will put them over the top. The Raiders are coming off a huge win in Kansas City and a bye week. If the defensive line can stay at full force and the secondary can continue shutting down all routes as they did in the second half of the Chiefs game, and the offense keeps it up, the Raiders can be dangerous. The Bucs are also riding a high, coming off a huge win as well, so this will be a tough game for sure. Tampa is favored by a field goal, but I'm going Vegas with the upset. We've kicked off and now it's time to cash out. This is where I'll give you my locks of the week. First off, I have the Chargers covering 8 points against the Jags, then the Browns cover 3 points against the Bengals, and finally, the 49ers Patriots over 45.5 total points. That'll do it for this week's Kickoff with Kelly. Remember, brand new episodes every Thursday at 3 o'clock streaming on Facebook Live, and if you missed us, be sure to check it out on Penn State Sports Night's YouTube channel. I'm Kelly Warner. Enjoy your weekend.